Hello everyone and welcome back to a very tacky Christmas. This week with our devotional we will be making fruit cake. So I'm very excited to try this. So we're just going to jump right in. I'm going to start out by putting my apron on. And we are going to begin actually in the kitchen with some of our fruits, mixing those up. So we have, I'll show you what fruits we have and then we will go get those going. So we have dried mangoes, dried apricots, dried blueberries and dried cherries, as well as some candied pineapple. So the candied pineapple is not going to go in quite yet, but the rest of these are going to get mixed together with our orange juice. And then I will go ahead and tell you what the rest of the ingredients are. You also can go ahead and look at your recipe. So we have some lime juice and lime zest that we'll be using. We have vanilla and almond extracts. Flour, you'll need flour. I am using gluten-free flour, so 1-to-1 replacement flour, because I am gluten-free, but if you are not, feel free to use whatever flour you would normally use. And then we have a mixture of cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. I just went ahead and put all of those together. Baking powder, sugar, butter, eggs. Obviously, we talked about our orange juice, and then we have white grape juice. This will take the place of the wine that is sometimes used in fruitcake recipes. We are using juice instead. So we're gonna go ahead and get started in the kitchen. Okay, so we have our fruit. We went ahead and chopped it up a little bit because some of the pieces were pretty big. So we have some mango, apricot, cherries, blueberries, and candied pineapple. So the candied pineapple is not going to go in the pan with the other fruit. It's just going to get added to the whole batter mixture. So for this, we're going to start with our 1/4 cup of orange juice. That is going to go in our pan. And then I am going to add all of our other fruits. So our mango, our apricots, blueberries, and cherries. Those are all going to go in. Give them a little mix. And we're going to go right behind us over to our oven, or our stove rather. And we are going to turn that on. This is the front. I'm just going to turn it on about a medium. And we're going to let those kind of soak up some of the juice. And then we will be able to add them to our batter. Okay, so we have thickened our juice fruit mixture, so there's not really any liquid left. So we're going to remove that from the heat, and we are going to start mixing together all of our other ingredients. Okay, so now that we have started the oven preheating and we have heated our orange juice and dried fruits together, we are going to start mixing all of our other ingredients together. But first we're going to start by dusting our cake pan with a little bit of flour. This will just help the fruitcake not to stick. So I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour in there and then kind of move it around with my hands. To be honest, I have never done this, so it's an adventure for all of us, you know. And just like that probably. I don't know if I needed this much flour either, but no, we're just living our best lives. So, that's done. Now I am going to set that back off to the side And in a large bowl, we are going to use our mixer and cream together our butter and sugar until it's light and fluffy. So we're gonna start with butter. So it takes 1 stick of butter for this recipe. Just gonna pull that guy up. And then our sugar. Look back at my recipe. We need 1 cup of sugar. So I grab my measuring cup. And we're gonna see if I can pour this without spilling it everywhere. One cup of sugar. Pour that in. And then we are going to take our mixer and just kind of beat those together a little bit. I'm going to try and mash my butter up a little bit while I do that. Okay, so slight change of plans. We had to swap out our mixer because our handheld mixer wasn't working. So we brought in the KitchenAid, and we are hoping that that will solve the problem. So I'm just gonna transfer my butter and sugar into the KitchenAid bowl. I know some of you are thinking, why didn't you start with the KitchenAid? Well, we didn't think we would need it. I'm gonna put my little attachment back on. And we are back to creaming this until it is fluffy. That's fluffy. So now we are going to beat the eggs in and beat until well mixed. So I believe I needed 3 eggs, 3 large eggs. Okay, now we're going to beat these until well mixed. I am not a cook, so we're just gonna, see what happens. That appears to be well mixed. So next we're going to whisk together our dry ingredients in a separate bowl. And my dry ingredients would be my baking powder. I need 2 1/4 teaspoons of that. It's 1 teaspoon. And then I have 1/8 of a teaspoon, so I'm just going to use 2 of those for my quarter. Those kids that say you never need math again, you're going to need math. You got enough fractions to bake. Okay, so that's 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, and then I need my nutmeg, allspice, and cinnamon mixture. I'm gonna add that in. And then I need 1 1/2 cups of flour. So this is gonna be an experience right here, everyone. That off to the side, I think that's all of those. So I am going to whisk those together. I think we're good. So then I'm going to stir into the larger butter bowl mixture, alternating with our grape juice, lime juice, the extracts, the zest. I'm gonna pour a little bit of this in. Mix it. We need 1 cup of our grape juice. It's just about perfect. I am going to start out just putting half of the grape juice in, then I'm going to add more of our flour mixture, and then I will add the rest of it. I'm going to scrape the sides because I've got some flour sticking to the sides of my my bowl. I'm just going to scrape that down kind of into the bowl. And while that is mixing, I am going to add my vanilla. I need half a teaspoon of that. Vanilla is one of those ingredients I kind of feel like you just follow your heart. So I'm just going to add a little squirt. Probably perfect. I'm going to try and finish this off. Now I need a half a tablespoon of almond extract. So I'll just use a little bit less almond since I used more vanilla. It'll even out, it's good. There we go, a little bit of almond in there. Whew, smells very almondy. And again, I'm going to kind of scrape the sides of my bowl to get that flour down in it. And your batter is going to be pretty thin. It's not going to be a real thick cake batter. Lime zest, 1 teaspoon. Now I don't actually have a zester, so I'm just kind of using a knife and scraping some of the zest off. If you have a zester, by all means use that. But I just need 1 teaspoon. That's a lot of lime zest, so bear with me, this might take a minute. If you don't have a zester, this is a really easy way. All I am doing is scratching the blade of the steak knife against the lime. This is probably a really good job for one of the grown-ups in the room. Okay, we are going to call that good and zested. And then I need half a teaspoon of lime juice, which is going to be almost full lime. So I'm actually just going to use my lime instead of my liquid lime juice. Feel free to use the liquid lime juice if that is all you have. Half a tablespoon, which is what I need. That was a very juicy lime. I'm missing the measuring spoon a lot, and I still already have half a tablespoon. So add that. So now that that is done, now I get to stir in my fruit mixture with my orange juice. So I'm going to add those in. And I am going to go ahead and add in my candied pineapples as well. I just tossed them in here because I realized last second that they weren't supposed to go in the pan. So, got all of those in, and I'm just actually going to stir it with my scraper, little spatula, because I don't want to necessarily break up all of the fruit. it a little mix with the mixer too, just for good measure. Just gonna give that a little mix. So now we get to pour it into our pan. So I'm gonna take this guy off. I can figure out how without getting super dirty. I'm gonna slide my mixer off to the side just because I am a little short on space. And I'm gonna pour these into our cake pan. I'm gonna try and do this so you can see it. Remember, we dusted this with flour, so hopefully that means that it won't stick extra. No, we're gonna find out, I guess. This is kind of a small bun pan, so I'm not sure if we're gonna fit all of the batter. So I might go ahead and call that good, and then I'm gonna add the rest of my batter into a bread pan. That way I don't overflow while it's in the oven. Get that other mess off of there. So Lindsay has gone ahead and dusted this with flour for me, as you can see. So we're just gonna take and put the rest of the batter in here, so as to not make a giant, colossal mess. Okay, so now we've got our batter in the pans. And this is kind of what it looks like. I'm a little nervous. I've never actually had fruitcake. I don't know if I said that. So this will be definitely a learning experience for me, maybe for you as well. We're gonna go ahead and go pop these into the oven, and we'll see what they look like in about 55 minutes when we take them out.